Welcome back to Comic Frontline, everybody. I am Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzo Goose, back with another comic review. This time we're talking Civil War II, number 7. It's almost the end, finally. As the entire Marvel Universe has moved along already, we're finally getting to the end of Civil War. This is, of course, written by Brian Michael Bendis, with art by David Marquez, and colors by Justin Ponser. There are some Old Man Logan pages that are drawn by Andreas Sorrentino. So let's get into this review. Now, this picks up after Spider-Man Miles Morales has taken off because he's trying to prove that he's not going to kill Captain America. And that's where we find him. We start actually, I think we start the issue on the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier as Maria Hill and Captain Marvel are having a discussion about this whole thing, and they're agreeing that this is going to be really bad if there's this big confrontation on Capitol Hill between superheroes, or if something does happen to Cap and they knew about it and didn't prevent it, and so on and so forth. So they have this huge conversation about that. Meanwhile, Miles is on Capitol Hill and gets approached by Captain America, and the two of them try to hash things out. And completely off the playing field, the Inhuman Ulysses is like in a catatonic state. They can't get through to him. Medusa and Karnak are trying to address him and trying to calm him down, but he's lost in this vision. And that's what takes us to the Old Man Logan scenes, where he's in a different place, different time, he doesn't understand, and Logan is telling him what happened, basically, that the Inhumans left. And when it boils down to it, now this is a minor spoiler alert, so you can fast forward, pause, whatever, come back. So he kind of reveals to him that Tony Stark did this because he pushed her too far, but he never finds out who her is. Okay, that ends that spoiler. Now, we all know, if you've read any of the Marvel Now comics, issues, whatever, you know that a certain person, spoiler alert, Iron Man, in spoiler, is dead. But we didn't know how or why. This issue, we get that. As alluded to by the cover image, as alluded to by Tony Stark pushing someone, a female hero, too far, and of course, the fact that they're both still going after Miles. Now, of course, Captain Marvel is going to show up and try to fix this situation with Miles and Captain America, and who's going to come in to counter that but Iron Man. And as we end the issue, we've got shocked faces all around as something dynamic happens that leads us to believe that this is the moment where Iron Man is no more. So, first of all, the art, David Marquez knocks that out of the park. This is the best that I've seen Carol look since she changed costumes. Personally, I think this is the absolute best that she's ever looked since then. And David Marquez is just a fantastic artist. Great panel work, great layouts, great emotions on the faces. Just everything. You get a lot of close-ups with Cap and Miles, even through the mask, the expressiveness, and Carol, when she's like conflicted, you see all this in the body language, just in the way the characters' heads are turned, just little things like that. Beautiful background details. Colors are fantastic as well. Artistically, this is a gorgeous book. Even in the Old Man Logan scenes, Andreas Sorrentino really stepped up, and those scenes are out of the park as well. It looks like this old Western type feel, and Ulysses looks completely different, which is kind of cool. It's a cool look for him. Just gorgeous book from cover to cover. Personally speaking, that's my opinion. Writing wise, dialogue very strong here. Lots of emotional, intense conversations going on throughout the entire book between all the characters. But it's kind of weird because it's a light read. You wouldn't think that, but it's a light read. It goes fast, and not a whole lot happens. That's the problem. You have a conversation between Maria and Carol. You have a conversation between Steve and Miles. You have a conversation between Ulysses and Logan. And then that's it until the very last page where you get this, well, last couple of pages where you get this battle sequence between Carol and Iron Man. And that's it. That's your culmination. It feels like this didn't tell the whole story of all these little pieces, this tapestry that came together. Excuse me, choking on something. It's like we're missing something. You know, it doesn't feel as meaty as it should for a penultimate issue that's leading us to this massive conclusion that's supposed to rock the Marvel Universe to its core and change the course of history. It just doesn't feel like that. It's and you could argue that it's the calm before the storm, but we should have gotten to that point. It's like the series went really slow and then just jumped to a climax. Overall, though, I thought it was a decent read with gorgeous art and, you know, strong dialogue, but just the story didn't progress fast enough, and I wonder if we even needed that extra issue. It seems like it's a little bit too decompressed. If you put it all together, it's so stretched out that everything in the Marvel Universe had to move on beyond this story, and you feel like you're a step behind here, and that you're missing something as well. So it's, I don't know. This series, which I felt was started off strong by the second issue, has gradually gotten weaker and weaker, and I'm just hoping that they can pull off a fantastic finale to this and please the fans and give us something to hope for the future. We'll just have to wait and see. But from my score for this one, if it wasn't for the art, it might actually get a lower score than this, but the art kicks it up a notch, so I'm going to give this 3 3/4 out of 5. So not quite a 4. Just the story itself just wasn't enough for me. But you did get a lot of great moments between these characters, and like I said, the gorgeous art, the art itself brought it up to a 3.5. The dialogue brings it up that extra quarter. I just can't quite give it a 4. So 3 3/4 stars for me for Civil War 2, number 7, and we'll see what happens next. So check out all the other reviews here on Comic Frontline. Check out the live show on Tuesday nights. Check out Dark Avenger Live on Friday nights, where myself and Lisa will be there, inking and flatting Celestial Falcon, talking comics, and so on and so forth. Zone4podcast.com. We just posted our 326th episode, very fun episode, and lastnumberpress.com, of course. We had a Black Friday sale, and we might have some other sales coming up, but either way, check out lastnumberpress.com and patreon.com/lastnumberpress. And until next time, thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you liked it or didn't like it. And I'd love to hear your feedback on this issue and on this review. Thank you once again. I'll see you next time.